And your name is?
Mark Lawrenson.
Your chosen charity?
Baby Beat Appeal.
And your chosen subject?
The history of Preston North End Football Club.
Preston North End in 2 minutes starting now. Which team did Preston beat by 26 goals to nil in October 1887, the highest score in an FA Cup match?
Hyde United.
Yes, who managed Preston between 1973 and 75, including a brief spell as a player manager?
Sir Bobby Charlton.
Yeah, who was Preston's leading goal scorer for 8 seasons between 1972 and 82?
Alex Bruce.
Yep, who played for Preston as a wing half before and after World War II, before going into management at Carlisle?
Bill Shankly.
Yep. Which player who starred in Preston's Youth Cup final team of 1960 was later transferred to Liverpool, gained 16 England caps?
Peter Thompson.
Yes. Which 17-year-old played for Preston in the '64 FA Cup final? He went on to a very successful career as a player and manager.
Howard Kendall.
Correct. For what reason were Preston thrown out of the FA Cup in 1884 after a 1-1 draw against Upton Park?
They weren't good enough.
No, professionalism. Which Irish international goalkeeper made a club record 447 league appearances for Preston North End?
Alan Kelly.
Yep. Against which team did Preston North End's ground Deepdale host a record crowd of more than 42,000 in 1938?
West Bromwich Albion.
Arsenal. Which former Preston player had a brief spell as manager in 1981 after replacing Nobby Stiles?
Pass.
Which goalkeeper made his debut for Preston, aged 16, in a 2-1 away win at Highbury in '58?
Pass.
Who was briefly on loan at Preston in 1995 and scored 2 goals, including one directly from a corner?
Golden Balls. David Beckham.
Yes, David Moyes joined Preston from which Scottish club in '93 as a player before becoming a manager?
Glasgow Celtic.
Hamilton Academical, who scored the only goal of the game when Preston beat Huddersfield Town to win the FA Cup in 1938?
George Much.
Yes, Preston legend Sir Tom Finney scored 4 goals for England against which country in an international friendly in May 1950?
Scotland.
Portugal. Which team inflicted a record 7-0 home defeat on Preston in the last match of the 47-48 season?
Arsenal.
Blackpool in '29. Which Preston player was transferred to Arsenal for a then club record fee of £8,750?
Herbert Chapman.
Alex James. And that's it. Time's up. You have 2 passes. It was John Barton who made his debut as goalkeeper in that 2-1 away win. And Tommy Docherty was briefly manager, but not for very long. 2 passes. Mark, you got 9 points. And our final contender, please. And your name is?
Hilary Kay.
Your chosen charity?
The Wedgwood Museum.
And your chosen subject?
The life and works of Josiah Wedgwood.
Josiah Wedgwood. 2 minutes starting now. In which town in Staffordshire was Wedgwood brought up and apprenticed as a potter to his brother?
Burslem.
Correct. What name did Wedgwood give to the factory that he opened in 1769?
Etruria.
Yes, Wedgwood contracted a disease as a boy that left his knee permanently weak and eventually led to the leg being amputated. What was the disease?
Smallpox.
It was. The second dinner service, commissioned by Catherine the Great for her palace at St. Petersburg in 1773, is popularly known by what name because of the emblem on it?
The Frog Service.
Yes, who took Wedgwood into partnership with him at his factory near Stoke in 1754?
Thomas Wheeldon.
Yep, but what was the name of the informal group of intellectuals, including Wedgwood, who met monthly near the time of full moon to ensure sufficient light to get home?
The Lunar Society.
Yes. While he was with Thomas Wheeldon, Wedgwood worked briefly with which other potter who went on to perfect underglaze blue printing?
Spode.
Yes. By what name did Wedgwood's brick house works become known because of the method used to summon the labourers to work?
Bell House.
Correct. In 1783, Wedgwood was elected as a member of which scientific body following his work on temperatures for firing clay?
The Royal Society.
Correct. What was the name of Wedgwood's wife, a distant cousin, whom he married in 1764?
Sarah or Sally.
Yes, yes. In 1765, Wedgwood received a commission to make a tea service for the Queen Consort. She made him the potter to Her Majesty, and creamware was renamed Queensware in her honour. What was her name?
Queen Charlotte.
Yes. What name did Wedgwood finally give to his thermometer invented to measure the heat in pottery kilns?
Pyrometer.
Yes. Who became Wedgwood's family physician and a close friend? He inoculated his children against smallpox.
Erasmus Darwin.
Yes. What was the name of the British ambassador to Naples whose illustrations introduced Wedgwood to the ancient vases that he later imitated?
William Hamilton.
Correct. In 1787, Wedgwood produced a cameo with an inscription saying, "Am I not a man and a brother?" He made it in support of which cause?
The Society for the Abolition of the Slave Trade.
Yes. What was the birth name of Wedgwood's eldest child, a daughter who was affectionately known as Suki?
Susanna.
Yes, which sculptor and painter who accompanied Wedgwood's son on the Grand Tour designed many of the popular medallions and also Wedgwood's memorial in Stoke Parish Church?
Flaxman.
Yes, which celebrated vase was loaned to Wedgwood in 1786, enabling him to make a reproduction in jasper?
The Portland vase.
Portland vase is correct. So was everything else, for that matter. No passes. Hilary Kay, 18 points. Well, some brilliant scores there. Let's have a look at all of the scores. In fourth place with 9 points, Mark Lawrenson. Third place, 12 points, Samantha Giles. Second place, 17 points, Richard Herring. In the lead with a remarkable 18 points, Hilary Kay. So, general knowledge now, and if there's a tie at the end of the round, then the number of passes get taken into account, and the person with the fewer passes is the winner. So let's get on with it and ask Mark to join us again, if he would, please. And you, at the risk of flattering you, have been a very good football player yourself.
You've got a good memory, John.
Well, it goes back a bit, admittedly. It was the last century, but actually last century is not that long ago, is it?
No.
How much were you earning when you started playing?
When I was a kid at Preston, 30 quid a week.
£30 a week?
Yeah, but I had to clean the boots, and they used to put us on the roof and put the tiles back on the stadium roof. Seriously.
You serious?
Yeah. It says a lot about me, though, doesn't it? Because I fell a couple of times.
But the boots were clean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have that as my general knowledge or not?
If only it were that simple.
Thanks.
Oh, no, this is the one that tests them, you know.
Oh,
Come on, you got 9 points, which is not, in a normal game, that's not bad, but these people are scoring at a ridiculous
It's
rate.
8 more than I thought I'd get.
Oh,
Put that way.
well,
Yeah.
let's see how you do with your general knowledge. Here we go, 2 minutes, starting now. What do the initials DIY stand for in the context of home improvements?
Do it yourself.
Yeah, which crime-fighting superhero was played on television in the 1960s by Adam West?
Batman.
Yeah. By what French name are small balls of choux pastry filled with cream and covered with chocolate sauce usually known?
Choux pastry.
Profiteroles. Which Eagles song ends with the words you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave?
Hotel California.
Yeah. What name for the person who designs buildings comes from the Greek for chief builder?
Architect.
Yep. In 79 AD, the eruption of which volcano caused the destruction of the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum?
Etna.
Vesuvius. Sweet and horse are two of the most common types of which tree?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sweet and horse are two of the most common types of which tree?
Oak.
Chestnut. Just Like That was a theatrical comedy starring Jerome Flynn as which comedian?
Tommy Trinder.
Tommy Cooper. Which island lies about 20 miles to the northeast of Trinidad and forms a republic with it?
Barbados.
Tobago. What is the surname of the two Italian brothers, Francesco and Eduardo, who both played for Europe in the 2010 Ryder Cup?
Molinari.
Yep. Which rock star reputedly got his nickname from the yellow and black striped shirt or sweater that he used to wear?
Pass.
Which non-metallic element that occurs in all organic compounds has the symbol C?
Copper.
Carbon. What racing analogy is used to describe the voting system used in British general elections?
First past the post.
Correct. Which city in northwest England became known as Cottonopolis in the 19th century because it was the centre of the cotton industry?
Blackburn.
Manchester. Which comic character whose favourite meal is cow pie lives in Cactusville with his Aunt Aggie?
Desperate Dan.
Yeah, at the end of each verse of a celebrated Johnny Cash song, what line comes after "Because You're Mine"?
Pass.
A form of which Celtic language, brought by immigrants from Britain in the 19th century, is spoken in a region of southern Argentina?
Pass.
In which 2002 comedy film does Jesminda Bambra join a women's football team despite her parents' opposition?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Is correct. You had 3 passes. That Celtic language was Welsh. Because you're mine, I walk the line, is what Johnny Cash
Nice.
used to sing. And the guy who got his nickname from the yellow and black striped shirt, Sting.
Ah.
As in wasp or bee,
All
I
right.
suppose. Anyway, there we are. 3 passes. Mark, you've now got a total of 17 points. And now Samantha.